Of the J Production podcast. This is a bit of a random emergency video. I want to start my baseball segment starting towards the 2024 season, but this needs to be made a video. Um, I have my good friend here, Ryan Hurwitz, and we are going to break down this motherfucker's decision and what he thought, you know, over the past, I don't even know if you can really say the past 24 hours. I mean, this has been going on for months, weeks now.
I
Like,
think it kicked last week specifically.
yeah, like this is just like what so where do you where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the plane trauma?
I wanted to start with I saw someone burning the same jersey that you're wearing right now.
Yeah, I
And
made
you
I made that I made that tweet.
have a comment. You made a comment on said tweet of someone burning
So
that.
yeah, the comment it'll be on screen. It's gonna be on screen up here. Um, I mean, like what else you want me to say? I mean, like this jersey might not be here by next season. Um, I mean, listen, I'm not happy with the choice. I mean, I don't think anyone is really. I think him going to the Dodgers is a stupid idea. The amount of potential that he threw away that he could have had in Canada and in Toronto is he'll never see it again. Like he already has, whether he's in a San Francisco game or he's all the way on the East Coast and he's in New York or he's in what's another East team other than Toronto?
Boston.
Boston, not even in the AL. Like what are other like in Atlanta or if he goes like
Seattle.
Seattle, anywhere he goes, there will be at least minimum 1,000 people out of the what 10,000, 15, 20, 30,000 people that go to a baseball game during that game that will come to see him play. They will support him no matter what. Him literally going from one side of LA, going over the freeway, going to the other side, doesn't change anything for him. And I mean, if he's a guy who didn't want his life to change and he'll make 7 times the amount of money, then he made the right call. But I just feel like it's a pathetic way to go out. I mean, yeah, the dollar figure is money that you are not going to see in Canadian dollar in America. He was not going to see a wire transfer from Rogers Communication Incorporated for 700 million. And I saw a tweet. He's not even getting the 700 million in out. Like he's not getting 70 mil each year. He's getting paid 1 million for the first 9 years and then getting paid the lump sum at the end. But that wasn't like Dodgers trying to skimp out because they can't pay it all throughout the years. He
It's such an
chose that.
contract structure.
He chose that contract. He said that in the contract. He wanted it to be a deferred salary. He chose that. So listen, 700 million, that figure was only in talks if he could pitch this year right out of the gate, be an opening day starter if needed. And that was for also for like a 12-year contract. So unless, you know, Atkins did something stupid or the Dodgers manager or the Dodgers, management
I
team is just
I think
really serious.
use the Jays as leverage. Everyone's comparing it to the Kawhi thing that happened where he said he wanted to come he never said it, but like he everyone thought he was gonna come back because we just won a
Yeah.
championship
Mm-hmm.
to get more money out of the Clippers.
I mean,
I
I
want
don't
to
know.
comment on when you were talking earlier, you said something about like he'll always have fans. I'm pretty sure, well, I know for a fact that there was a camera like in one of those feeds in Japan that was literally just watching him in the dugout, and
Ohtani Cam,
I think that might have had more viewers than the actual Angels games.
they did. I saw that tweet. I saw something about that. Um, it's I really just like I don't know really what else to say about it. I mean, he this is the biggest sports contract in all of North American sports between the NFL, the NBA, and MLB all time
He's
ever.
he's making more money on this one contract than I think LeBron made straight off of contracts, because obviously he has like the shoes and stuff, but
Of
just
course, but I was telling Jordan, good friend of mine earlier, good friend of ours. I was telling him earlier that I think with the what Otani's already been with the Angels for 6 years, 5 years, something like that.
I think
And
six.
yeah, and he's now going to be the Dodgers for 10. I think by the end, with all of the contracts through playing, sponsorships, partnerships, deals, endorsements, anything that he makes by the end of his MLB career, he will be one. He might be up there with more, or if not the same amount of money that LeBron James or any other of the biggest sport athletes
Well,
of all
he
time
has
ever
the
made.
New Balance deal.
He does, yeah. Well, his glove is New Balance. I don't know. I mean, listen, there's thousands of Japanese things. Like I know like any sports thing in Japan has him as an endorsement.
Yeah,
And
well,
now and
it'll be
now
the same.
thousands,
All of
what
those
do you say?
companies will also all those companies will start sponsoring the Dodgers now to have their ads on back screen.
That's why. And that's why people are saying that they think the Dodgers will easily make 200 million within the next month and a half.
Like he's more than just a player.
He's
He's
a
an asset.
brand. That's the thing. And that's why at the end of the day, giving him 700 million over the 10 years, whether it's not all like it's whatever, he's earning 700 million. It's like an investment at the end of the day, because it's like you are investing in a brand. He is a brand. He is more than just, not only is he the best baseball player since Babe Ruth, but he is a brand. He is like how LeBron James has a Nike shoe. Like, it's wherever you look from now on for the next 10 years, um other than obviously Canadian broadcasts, because they like to promote sports and shit with Vladdy, his bum ass.
Canadian broadcasts. Don't even
Yeah,
get me. We had a chance to actually
listen, we
get.
can do we could do a whole video talking about Sportsnet, but that's for another time. um I seriously think that I agree, it's an investment with him. It's an investment, it's a brand. And no matter how you look at it, they will make the 700 million back. And it's smart. I don't really know if they made him think into the, oh well, how about we defer it and then you get paid the lump sum at the end, because then the Dodgers, they're saving roughly 70 million times whatever. 70 million times 9 is like what already? That's already like 650 million, something around that.
Sure.
That's like 630 million. They're gonna make they're going to be able to spend that money that they're saving yearly and build a better team over the years that Ohtani is there.
They are statistically based off last year. They have three of the top five
They
players.
have the podium two of the NL MVP in Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. It's literally, I keep saying this expression to everyone, it's like giving a crack addict crack. They're already cracked out. What is giving more crack to a fucking crack addict gonna do that? He's already fucking high. He's already on crack. Like, now imagine being a pitcher though and pitching to Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman in your first inning. Imagine that. Imagine your top three is that.
I don't know.
How do you come? How do you come to the game prepared to throw a first pitch to that top of the order? I'd be shitting bricks. Even if I was Jacob DeGrom, or if I was 2018 prime Houston Astro Garrett Cole, I'd still be shitting bricks. Like, I don't think, or if I'm John Donaldson in a ranked online game in MLB The Show, I don't think there's a way that you beat that.
Every Rockies home game is going to be a home run derby in the first inning.
Rockies? Oh, it's going to be hilarious. But the Rockies are NL team, right?
Yeah, but they're in the Dodgers division.
Oh, they are. That's right. They're in the NL West. That's right.
Those poor Rockies.
They got to stay. The Rockies. Well, that means that the Dodgers are guaranteed to go to Coors Field twice in a season.
They will in division.
Yeah, because they play them 4 times, twice at home and twice away. Holy man. And now we gotta, you know what, too? Speaking of divisions, you're telling me now I gotta see Juan Soto in Yankee pinstripes do the Soto shuffle against the Jays
Our
roughly 12
division,
times a year.
our division is the best division.
It's the most entertaining, there's no doubt. I mean, now that
Well,
now
It's
that
it's four contending teams, or at least contending-ish teams. I don't know what the Rays are going to look like, and the Red Sox.
the Red Sox, I don't think are a contending team, even though I
That,
know
that,
they just picked up Tyler O'Neill.
yeah,
And
but yeah,
they picked up someone else too, didn't they? Or am I imagining? No, they gave up
I think,
Verdugo.
and they gave up Nick Robertson.
Oh, true. But like, who gives a
I only
fuck?
know
The
that because
Red
I
Sox
only
are
know
the Red Sox.
the fact that he's on the Leafs.
This is Ohtani hour, buddy. Um, I think that he threw a lot away to go to the Dodgers over Toronto. I
I
think
mean, say that, but he also just got paid $700 million
I know. But
for
like
10 years.
if I was him, and I know this is gonna people are gonna think this is biased because I'm a fucking Toronto Blue Jay all the way. But if I was him in his situation, I honestly would have taken the risk to come to Canada. Because beyond the me being biased, I seriously think for him to grow as a player and become better than he already is, would have been with Toronto and the resources and the facilities and the things we have that can challenge him to be a better player.
I have to disagree with you there. I read a Ken Rosenthal article, and it said it was very good for the game that he
And the
stayed.
market.
Yeah, because LA is a very marketable team, and that's what's important.
And maybe the fact that he's already made thousands of hundreds of thousands of people fans in LA. So like instead of them living in Anaheim, they're just gonna move across the fucking. I don't even know where is Dodger Stadium. It's in like what? Like it's in like LA. Like I don't even know where it is.
Probably, I don't know.
I have no idea where it is. All I know is that um my dad has now told me, oh yeah, for viewers who don't know, I'm planning on making a California trip where I'm gonna go to San Diego and then I'm gonna go up to LA to watch baseball games. And I was supposed to see the Angels play the Phillies, but now it's looking like my trip might extend so I can stay to watch the Dodgers play the Braves in Dodger Stadium with Ohtani now playing on the Dodgers, which personally is the only reason why I'm excited and looking forward to him playing as the Dodgers. And also, he's out of the AL.
Well, what about when the
So,
Dodgers Toronto late April?
so that's the kicker. I seriously think he will get booed when he comes.
Dude, the Leafs booed Ryan O'Reilly, and he was here for half a season. He deserved to be booed, but he was only here for half a season.
Well, didn't we just play Nashville tonight?
Winning 2-0 with 10
Oh,
minutes
it's
left in
still
the.
it's still happening. I know that it was Nyes and Matthews, correct?
No, it was Camp scored the
Oh,
first one.
Camp. And then it was Matthews.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Well, do you want
So
to situation from starting 24 hours ago to where um well, what happened first? Was it the plane or was it the
what happened
original?
first? What happened first was we this is the timeline of yesterday for some people that don't know. The timeline of Blue Jays Twitter yesterday.
For all those
I
Jays
wake
fans that
up. What'd you say? Repeat?
for all those Jays fans that don't know what happened.
Yeah. Or just people in general. I mean, I really hope I can get some people to watch this podcast. I wake up and I see a tweet from the fraud, Mr. Fraud, John Morosi himself, say Shohei Ohtani's decision is imminent. I'm going to put the tweet on screen because I know for a fact he hasn't deleted it. And I'm putting it on screen. Every time I reference a tweet, I'm putting it on screen for receipts because I need people to see just
Well,
what
obviously,
happened.
that tweet got so much interaction.
He
Although I might have
probably
got
he probably he probably made 2 months
I got
rent off
Twitter
of
notice.
that.
No, that's the one that got Twitter notice, so we don't make anything off of it, I think.
Whatever, who cares?
There's one,
Anyways,
one.
anyways, he comes out with that tweet saying Otani's decision is imminent and it could be decided as early as today, which was yesterday. So everyone on Twitter is like, holy shit, it's actually happening. It could be today. Finally, the wait is over.
Well, there's
Then
also
all of a sudden
deal
we find
December
out.
8th.
What do you say?
Didn't he sign his Angels deal on December 8th, which is why everyone
So
was like,
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. So then the next tweet of speculation comes out that apparently I'm trying to remember the timeline more correctly. that apparently now after, because the night before, so Thursday night, there was a graph that said 60% the Jays were in the lead. So everyone was like, holy shit. Then we find out that there is a privately chartered flight leaving from a small airport in Anaheim, coming to Toronto, coming to YYZ Pearson. Everyone freaks out. The decision is imminent. There's a small charter plane leaving, coming to Toronto. It has to be, right. It has to be. So then everyone blows up. There are about 3,000 concurrent people. I know at one point when the plane landed, there were about 18,000 people tracking the flight. But I know that concurrent, there were about 3,200 people the whole time watching the flight. Like there were guaranteed 3,200 people watching the flight, whether it was on another monitor, whether it was on their phone, whether they were sitting. People were on it. They were watching it from the second it took off.
John Boy thing that's like, well, it's the plane he flies and yada yada yada. So like everyone thought it had to be Shohei on this plane.
Yeah. And when John Boy's tweeting about that, you know that they're kind of believing it because they are the biggest Yankee fans. And nothing more pissed me off the other day than when John Boy himself doubled down and he's like, well, they're not thinking about the price. And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, well, they've been strategically working about their price. Whatever. That's like, it's something different. Anyways, all that was happening. And then more reports come out being like, oh, it's kind of odd that Ohtani's decision is imminent today when apparently in 2017 on December 8th, he signed the contract with the Angels and today's December 8th, which is crazy.
Today being,
yeah, today being yesterday, of course. Right now, as we're recording this, it's December 9th. And it's like, wow, what a coincidence. And then apparently another report comes out that apparently the number 8 and on the 8th day is good luck in Japanese culture. So it would make sense why maybe he's signing a contract on a day of good luck because it would make sense to him. He's a after we've known from this offseason and how he likes to treat these contracts, he's a very, very, very culture oriented guy. He's not some Japanese player who comes to America and then becomes the next big thing and then is like just takes an American culture. He's very, very enriched in Japanese culture and he takes his privacy very seriously. He takes his religion and all those beliefs and traditions very seriously. So everyone was like, it makes sense. It's all coming together. The decision is imminent. He signed his contract 6 years ago on this day. And, it all makes sense. And then the tweet of all tweets, John Morosi comes out with the tweet saying that he has sources to confirm that Ohtani is on that flight. He is making his route to Toronto. And then everyone is like, that's it. That's it. Like, he wouldn't be coming to Toronto if he wasn't coming to sign a deal or announce something. It just makes no sense because he's already been to Florida.
That said, like there's a press conference at 6.
Yeah, there was another. I wouldn't even say he's like an MLB reporter, but he was definitely someone trusted in the news circuit that said conference at 6 p.m. for Ohtani and the Jays. And
well, it just alluded to the fact it just said like press conference with Toronto.
It said press conference 6 p.m. and then it was Ohtani with like a handshake emoji, and then Blue Jays. And then everyone ate that up, of course. And then that tweet comes up from Morosi.
Even the MLB said that he was coming.
The official MLB Twitter account then made a graphic with the John Morosi tweet saying that he was on that flight and he was coming to Toronto. And then disaster strikes. The flight lands in Toronto, and we find out.
It was, I think, before the flight even landed, and we figured that out. It was the Bob Nightingale tweet that said,
Bob Nightingale
is not in Toronto.
He is not on a flight to Toronto. He is in SoCal. And everyone was like,
but then then it was just reporter versus reporter, so no one really knew.
So that's why no one really knew, because John Morosi is the biggest yapper of yap. He if you need a guy to yap for an hour straight about the most useless MLB stat, he will go on there and he will yap. There was this one comment when this fucking news anchor girl was talking to him and she's like, JP, what do you think about Ohtani? And he goes, who's this Ohtani fella? I've been hearing a lot about him. Like he thinks he's like your 80-year-old grandfather with a funny joke.
About 8 months ago, we thought
Right.
we were projecting out, right? 600, 700, 800 million. And those conversations changed maybe after the injury, but we keep hearing there's multiple offers worth over $500 million. Where do we stand right now?
Ohtani, I'm not familiar with him, Lauren. I have not yet heard of this outstanding player, but yes.
Buddy, back to the retirement home, pal, because obviously there's something lost up in here. You need some help. And then literally he kept that tweet up for 3 hours later after multiple sources confirmed him wrong. And Toronto fans were in disbelief. They couldn't believe it. And honestly, from that moment, I knew it was over. All hope was lost for me. I knew that after that moment, it was over. And everyone clowned me. There's still hope. I don't think that this changes anything. The fact that like all this buildup and then just to get literally egged in the face, I lost all hope from there and I knew it was over. I knew it was done. It was over. There was no point of even looking for a positive outlook. It was just over. It made no sense to me. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and now there's the article from the Sportsnet guy that basically said, "Don't believe
Which
everything."
Sportsnet guy, Shai Davidi?
Yeah, the Shai Davidi article, and
He's a loser too.
and it was
This
don't
guy,
believe,
this
don't
guy,
believe you hear or whatever.
this
The
guy
the
is the
MLB.
he is the Sportsnet. I think like different divisions of news outlets, especially for Canada at least, because Canada only has one baseball team, and Sportsnet is the big, Toronto baseball coverage. He is the guy that is like MLB Insider credited for Sportsnet for the Sportsnet. So
Yeah,
whenever him
Nicholson.
and Ben Nicholson Smith write an article, you know it's true. So the fact that Sportsnet then retweeted the company who employs him, the company who he works for, retweeted the fact that the John Rossi tweet and the MLB tweet saying that he was coming to Toronto. Then Shine DVD comes out with an article pretty much calling all Torontonians gullible losers for believing inaccurate sources, even though it was someone at the same credibility level as him was tweeting these things. And then his employers, his company that he works for, then tweet out the same tweet that he called Toronto fans ignorant for. Just was like the cherry on top. The fact that we have a trusted Toronto writer calling all of us ignorant. That was the cherry on top for me.
One thing if it was just the flight, but it's the fact that several credited MLB insiders are saying this, and then nope. Why would you believe that?
It's literally like dangling a dollar in front of someone and just going yoink and just taking it right out. It's like what I do to one of my campers at Camp White Pine. I tell them they're gonna get a nice tea, make him go do a task. They come back, they do the task. Sorry, like you're just a fool. Like literally, we were all fools. We were all idiots. I don't really know what else there is to say. I don't. I have no idea what else there is to say. Um, we're all just idiots, and we fell. You know, it's like when you have a crush on a 10 and you know you're a 3 and you think you have a good chance, but you know you don't have a chance.
Well, then she's just being nice to you out of sympathy.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, like I don't know.
Well, now, what's everyone? I just see everyone's going back to Bellinger and Soler,
I'm
and
telling you, man, you had it from the beginning. Our whole offseason is going to be signing Teoscar Hernandez and calling it a day.
yeah, that's what I said. Well, yeah, they said they were going to make big moves, so that's obvious that was going to happen.
I'm telling you right now, the biggest move is going to be signing Teoscar Hernandez and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to a 3-year contract.
Yeah, I mean,
they are coming back. If not both, one of them. I can guarantee it. Because we need an outfielder, and we took too long worrying about Bellinger. I don't think it's going to happen.
well, we don't even have a third baseman right now.
That's the thing, right? What we really need is a third baseman, a designated hitter, and an outfielder. Now,
So is Matt Chapman a Toronto Blue Jay?
if I have to have that, if I have to have another season of that, I think I will actually not turn on a game all season. I will go and
You
watch Diamond. I will go and watch Diamondback games all season.
You don't want to go. You don't want to go from Shohei Ohtani to Matt Chapman.
I don't want to go to Shohei Ohtani to Teoscar Hernandez. If we couldn't pay Shohei Ohtani 650 million, there's no way I want them to pay 150 to that bum. He doesn't deserve a dime. His defense isn't even worth it. It's not.
That's some Gold Glove defense you're talking about, though.
He can go shut
Defense.
his Gold Glove where the sun don't shine. How about that? Him and John Morosi can go have a yap session. I know.
Does the sun shine?
Many people have said that Chapman is a yapper in the clubhouse. Maybe that's why him and Vladdy got along so well.
I already liked working out a lot. Wait.
What about that? Yeah, what about that finger?
I don't know. I mean, Shohei Ohtani got paid $700 million coming off of a UCL tear. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Chapman loses $10 on his next contract. Clearly, injuries aren't an issue for a player of that caliber.
I seriously think the Mariners will pay him $200 million for a 5-year contract.
Are the Mariners even trying to contend?
Well, I mean, listen, they just gave up 2 of their biggest everyday players for nothing, so I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Like, you can't just give up Jared Kelnick and Eugenio Suarez for nothing to two teams that are literally, well, the Diamondbacks aren't rivals and neither are the Braves, so I guess not. They're not rivals to them, but like, it's just they gave him for literally like scum, like nothing. It's like how we let Simeon walk for nothing. Like, it's just a joke.
That was rough.
Everything's rough, man. Everything's rough. It's not that was rough. Everything's rough. Everything's rough, man. Like, I don't remember a season that we had good pitching and good offense since 2015. Period.
Like, what you mean, like, just have a good blend? Because we've had one or the other.
And I said this in the middle of the season. It's either I would rather have medium offense and medium pitching than really good pitching and really shitty offense.
Well, it's not even that. Like, they say defense wins championships, but like, the Dodgers are going to out hit all their problems. Look at the rotation right now.
They couldn't out hit in the postseason. They couldn't out defend either.
Well, the issue with them in the postseason is they couldn't hit.
And this is too. Like, who knows if Shohei can perform in a playoff game? He's never even been. Who knows if he can play under the pressure? Who knows? No one knows. He's never been there. He's never had to do that.
I would think the guy that just paid him $700 million knows.
I hope so. Because the only way that their exit could be funnier than this year was if they lost again with Shohei Ohtani on their team. But they're saying if Shohei makes a speedy recovery, it's looking like he could pitch in a playoff game if they make it that far.
You would think they're going to make it that far, considering they made it that far, being in the playoffs, plus getting a bye because they won their division and had a good record with.
If they win the division again, then I think Ohtani will be able to pitch in NLDS Game 1. I think he will.
You think the D-backs are going to win the division over them? I'm not so sure.
No, I'm saying that no. I'm saying that the Dodgers will win.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Dodgers will win they'll win their division, no problem.
They win the whole. They win they'll win the division.
I'm saying that they'll get the first week bye. Like, I'm saying that I think that Shohei, if they get the first week bye, I think Shohei will be healthy enough to pitch in NLDS Game 1 or Game 2, whatever they put him in.
Well, on the bright side, that's only one game.
True. Very true.
And unless you're like Madison Bumgarner, who just doesn't care and will just pitch no matter what.
Yeah. But Madison Bumgarner he's a different breed.
It just sucks. I mean, like, the Dodgers were already probably other than, I guess, the Braves were probably just the straight up favorite to win anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this, like, I told I filmed the video before this, like of me yapping, but I think I'm just gonna chalk that and put this one in instead because this is way better. The banter's better. Oh shit. Oh, we've been on this. We got 10 minutes left in this call before it closes. Like I was said before, like I'm gonna put my screen time for this week of Twitter. Like it's unhealthy. Like I was like I was telling people like towards the end of the Jays season how unfortunate it was because I spent so much time and you know better than anyone. You were there all summer with me at camp. We watched every game that we could. Like and I went to 20 home games. I went whenever I could.
And
What?
didn't you go to that entire homestand?
I went to 14 games straight in May.
Yeah. Thought so.
And that's why it was so upsetting for me when they lost, even though I mean, listen, like we you and I were there, we watched it at your place, we watched that debacle. And I remember you saying to me when it was 2-0 after Kikuchi gave up the 2 runs after they pulled Barrios, and you said it was over, and I said I agree. Like it hurt.
They had given us no reason to believe, and right now,
yeah,
that was a playoff team, but we're even worse off right now because of the Shohei stuff. They haven't done anything else.
That's why. And that's why I kept saying it was Ohtani or bust. And I mean, listen, I still have faith that they'll pick up, a DH or they'll pick up an outfielder, but like it just won't be as good as it could have been. That's the thing, right? Like honestly, if we
upset with if we didn't get Ohtani and ended up with Soto because it always could have been like what could have been. Not only do we not have Ohtani or Soto, the Yankees have Soto.
Yeah, which is fucking.
And we got lucky that Judge got hurt, or they probably would have been a playoff.
Yeah, no. If Judge, I'll say it. There's no doubt. If Judge didn't get hurt and didn't play for 2 months, I think we would have seriously had a much harder time getting to where we were. We barely even squeaked in to get a wild card, anyways.
We needed teams to lose just to make the playoffs. Yeah. Now the Yankees got even better. The Mariners.
Well, they lost a lot of good pitching to get to that outfielder. They lost a lot of good pitching. They lost Michael King, who was supposed to going to be a starter for them this year. They also lost one of their Drew Thorpe, their really good prospect who they needed to come and fill the bullpen.
But the issue with the Yankees was that they couldn't get the run support.
What the fuck is? You got a thumbs up.
I think this is my thumb was up.
Yeah. I think though that the Yankees will be like a Dodger situation. They will out-hit their problems. I think that this year they'll have crazy offense. Listen, they're saying that Kwan, if he played in the Bronx in 2023 and they looked at all of his home runs, he would have hit. I think they said he would have hit like 15 more home runs if he played in New York. What?
That actually makes me sick.
Yeah, and he already hit like what? What did he hit this year? Like 25? He was pushing 30.
Did he get 30?
I'm looking it up.
You would think he got 30. He played 162 games.
I
think he got he got something around like 35. I feel like that's usually where he lands.
He 35. So imagine playing in the Bronx, 15 more that he's getting 50 home runs.
Plus Aaron Judge.
And Garrett Cole, fucking kill me.
Well, the good thing about Cole is he only pitches once every 5
apparently
games.
They're working with Stanton to get him to run better. Yeah. This is abysmal, man. I don't even think the Jays can really compete. I mean, it's looking like Glass now and a Rosarena.
We're gonna a wild card team again.
Well, we've always really been a wild card team.
I guess we can only Bills don't do that again.
Yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, at this point, I'm really hoping that the Rays trade Glass now and Rosarena, and they give up Paredes, because that would be really good for us to play against Tampa, because then Tampa would go back to being pretty much a nobody team. I mean,
you say that they still didn't. What did Diaz win? He won the hitting best
batting
hitter.
title. He won batting title. Because he had best batting average in the AL.
That's what I'm. Obviously, he wasn't the best hitter.
But like the thing is fucking Mr. Crossarm, Mr. Randy right? Like he's him. And then you Glass now is a really good pitcher. And it looks like McClanahan won't be playing for a large portion of the 2024 season. Um, yeah. I
So like, what
seriously think
we hope Baltimore does in fact do worse, and we just hope that Tampa
but to,
isn't good to make a
yeah,
run by the.
exactly. But to go back to the Dodgers situation, do you really think that they can win a World Series right now with their bullpen and their starting rotation? Is
Like even
Kershaw
if
playing this year?
he's hurt, he had to get a surgery.
So that's why, because I saw a rotation and he wasn't in it.
Hurt.
And then you got one of their best starters playing in the
What they
penitentiary league with Wander Franco.
But what the Dodgers can do is they can start the season with this rotation, and then they can make a trade.
True. And now they have the money for it because they're not paying $70 million a year for Ohtani.
Not even that. It's like there are a bunch of teams, almost even in the West. There are, but like if the Cardinals have kind of a bad start,
honestly, trade. You know what? If Max Muncy has a really good first half, his trade value could be crucial. He's a third baseman.
He just took a cheap extension for like 3 years there and Freddie Muncy.
I'm just trying to think of any other really good, like bats that they could really give up that they don't really need now.
Probably have to sell whatever's left of the farm. I don't know what their farm system looks like.
It's not very strong.
That's what I mean. So they'll probably have to sell off.
Their best farm guy was Evan Phillips, and that was the closer. And then there was this other guy. Wasn't his name like it was Brett something? Brett Phillips, was it? Or it was something like that. And he was their number one prospect. They called him up this year in game 2 of the NLDS. He blew up.
Oh, the pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher. Yeah. Look, what's his name? I gotta look at the Dodgers 40-man roster. I'll tell you right now.
I mean,
pitchers. Where is he?
Well, I mean, the thing.
Bobby Miller. That's who he is.
And they're going to lose. And obviously, now that they have Ohtani, they're not going to re-sign JD Martinez.
Yeah, no, they're not. God no.
Well, he's a DH, and they have a DH.
The Mariners will pick up JD Martinez. That's my prediction. Either the Mariners, or we need Jorge Soler. We need him. We need him.
Well,
we need him like we need
what's
air.
The difference between Soler and Martinez?
Soler is a bit more of Soler, I think, hit more home runs than him.
Fair, but I mean, different park.
Sure, yeah, different park.
They're both.
But no, I think Miami is deeper than LA.
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying like it's going to be a different situation.
Yeah,
and you were
whatever.
Soto getting more home runs if he was a Yankee. Well, either of those guys are going to be in said stadium more often.
Yep, true.
All true. I don't because obviously we need a lefty more than a righty, I think.
Yeah, all true facts. Yep, there's only 1:45 on the timer left of this, so it looks like I think this is where we end it. Ohtani, you're a bum. You gave up what could have been.
Cowardly move.
It's
instead of trying to win with a new team, he just went to a team that they haven't even had. Isn't the whole thing about the Dodgers they don't have playoff success, and they sent a guy that's never been to the playoffs? Let's just hope the same thing happens to them that happened to who's the other team that spent a lot of money and then nothing happened.
Maybe the New York Mets.
No, the Clippers. That's what I was thinking about with Kawhi.
Oh, yeah.
They found zero playoff success. Let's just hope the Dodgers do the same thing.
All right, we're gonna end it here. I have to go tend to this issue. We will end it here. Hopefully, we'll do more just between you and I in the future. Hopefully, obviously, if there's more offseason stuff, especially with the Jays, we'll get on that. And with the season, starting in 2024, it'll be really energetic, entertaining. Yeah, that's it. All right, this is about to end, so we'll end it here.
That's how I describe the Blue Jays, energetic.